Hey, Steve here. I'm at it again. Today is Friday, and it is the 23rd. I've done a little changes here, so I'm going to start these right now. Keep in mind they're starting at a negative 800 from overnight junk. I didn't clear out the account. They're all trading on 222 right now, so 8 different markets. Let me activate them real quick. Get them going so we can see them happening. What I've done is I've been playing all week with the runner and only had one contract on, so I can see the runner, and I was able to get some data as far as the MFE, and so I did some averages. Now, obviously, each market's a little different, and but moral of the story is I got some averages of how far it's going to go on average for this week. So what I've done is this time I'm using two contracts, one going off at that average MFE so I could get that off right away. And then the runner is going to run with no target. So what you'll see is you'll see two go on, two contracts go on. You'll see two stops, which will be identical, but you will only see one target. And then hopefully the runner will just keep running. So what I've done here, as you can see on the CL and the BZ up there on top, and even 6E, I have $500 target set and a $500 drawdown set. So it'll turn off. It'll turn off when it hits those. And so right now, because I just turned it on, it was yellow in the past, but now it's off. So the count starts from the time the strategy gets turned on. So in any event, so like right here, for instance,
Order canceled.
so we just got stopped out, long stop, 1 and 2, and which means we are going to be turned off quicker because with two contracts, we'll hit our stop $500 drawdown. Might be too tight, especially for this one here and YM and whatnot, but needless to say. Now you can see this one here, it went on. Now it thinks it's in a trade. So it thinks it's in a trade right now. So until it gets stopped out, it won't set up another trade. So it went on right here. This is all, historical stuff, but we actually turned it on like right here. So it took this trade right here, two longs, came down, didn't hit our stop because we got a pivot. It popped up a little bit, 2 ticks under. Came back, and then it started drawing. Now it hit our target, so we got to hit our first target. So our first target, but now we're in a runner, and again, no target. So it's just going to keep going until it hits a stop. And so now you see this stop, trailing up. And I'm kind of watching the stops right now to see what I want to do. Once I get a pivot, it's going to pop up. So I'm going to monitor that because that's what I've been watching all week with they hopscotch back and forth between the pivot stop and the ATR stop. So right now, you won't get a pivot here because it didn't go down deep enough. It needs to have 3 bars to get a pivot. But needless to say, and that's on purpose, 3 bars to get a pivot. It trigger on bar 1, but it'll stop on bar 2. So that's not going to constitute as a pivot right here. But in any event, so it is what it is. So let's just let that go. We'll watch a couple of them here. So there, hit your target. And now hopefully this runner will go. You can see it's climbing up. So now we're at break even on that one. What is this YM? Okay, so it went in here. It took 3 bars. It'll cancel on the 12th bar, but it took 3 bars to get that little tiny little pullback to get me in. And it got in, and target right there. Stops moved up. Boom, 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 boom. And now we're pretty much a break even on the second, break even plus plus on the second one. And we'll see where that goes. So, what else? Anything else going on? Nothing. Okay, so I'm going to try to pause this and keep it relatively short and sweet. So anyway, that's what I got. So 2 contracts on. One goes off, the other one will run, and I'm just using the MFE as my target ideas. Again, I just did an average of all of them. I know that you know, these have been running more this week, so these could have been a little set bigger. This one and NG could have been, all the energies could have been set deeper because they had bigger runs. But I didn't want to do that for what I'm doing. This is, anyway. Okay, so now here, I'll just show you this real quick on the tape. So you just see how it came down and now it flicked up. So now it's got a pivot. So now it popped up there. And if it comes back down again, which is the reason why I have that, that would create divergence. So that would cancel that trade. So that's why I have the 3 bars for a pivot, minimum for a pivot. So I'd rather take off where it goes. And the issue here is going to be this right here, which is very common. Got to bust that. So in any event, I will come back.
Order submitted.
Well, since I'm here. All right, so here's a pullback. Now that's not going to constitute as a pullback because it doesn't start till right here. So I need a pullback from this point forward. However, I've got my notes in there because I'm thinking about having the option to create, to look back once to find the last pivot. And in this case, it would look back, it would find a pivot here and put it stop right here. Don't know if I want to do that just yet because sometimes that initial first push when you get in, there's my pivot. So now I'm comfortable with it. So I don't know how I'm going to go with that yet, but if we can't get past there, then this stop is pretty good. So
Order canceled.
there we go. All right, so let's go. Okay, so now the runner's going to run. Where are we at with this? Still fiddle farting around. Okay, I'm going to pause it. Okay, so this just finally broke out of this area. By the way, I started this at, what, 9:50 New York. So, just for the record. Okay, so we'll see what that continues to do. Hopefully that'll keep going. This one, sitting here waiting. Surprised I didn't get in, but quite frankly, I don't really have a problem if it doesn't because of that crap. It could be a loser. Maybe not. We'll see. Might not even be in at all. What's this one doing? Gold. Gold's been really good. Okay. Well, let's come back. Okay, just checking back. That never was able to catch it. So it timed out or canceled out on itself. This one got in, hit a target, and now I'm running. That's RTY. This one here, YM. That's the same one that we were in. That's just still climbing. Finally broke out of this little chop area. And that's why I had the stops right there. Because I see that all the time. Don't want anything to do with it. All right, I'll be back. Oh, here's our gold real quick. Monitor that. We're about ready to hit a target. Hopefully we've brought it down under the pivot. So at least we've limited our risk a little bit. We'll see if we can make it at least to that one there. And that doesn't constitute a pivot, so it's not going to jump up. We hit our target there. So I'll come back. We started at, what, negative 800, so we're inching our way there. These aren't in yet, though, so you got to add those in. This one, once this closes. Okay, pause. Okay, I got yellow on here. It looks like my Russell's frozen up. I can't do anything with it, but let's just look at these real quick. Everything else seems to be fine. All right, I have no pivots yet, so this is all strictly ATR chasing it up, which is fine. This was the only pivot that snapped up to here, so that's good. Anyway, let's look at this one here. So this was our short. So it came back and popped us out at that retracement. So it came back here, retraced, came down, popped down the target to there. So this gold is done. So it is 10:03, 10 o'clock. So we started at what, 9:50. So 10 minutes and gold is done. Let that one go. This one will probably be done here pretty soon. I don't know what's going on with this one, to be honest with you. I don't know what to do with it. It's in a live trade. Actually, no, it's not. I could turn it off because it's not in trade. I don't know what happened there. It froze up.
Order
It's
submitted.
kind of interesting. Let me just turn it on again. So now my clock is going to start again. Not my clock, my $500. My bank, call it the bank. My bank is going to start fresh again. So I don't know what happened there. Something's funny with that one.
Order submitted.
Oh well, okay. Let's see what happens.
TF 14-2 reversal bar up.
Okay, this one, what is going on with YM? I mean, are we on market replay or something, or what's up with that? Is something, what happened? Oh, Biden announced some stimulus or something today. I think the news is out on something. I just got a YouTube alert saying that there's something. He's talking about economic stimulus, or I don't know, economics or environmental something or other. I don't know. Anyway, what else? Okay, I'll be back. Now we finally got our snapback, our pivot stop taking effect. The first pivot since we got in, actually. Well, I take it back, second one. So there's the first one there. Snapped up to this one here. Now if we can't make it, it's got to get past here for us to feel a little bit more comfortable. And actually,
Order submitted.
it really needs to get past here. So this might come back and retrace a little bit just to get another oomph. But anyway, so that's that. Just this crew just went on long. This is from prior. Remember, I turned it on here. So this is our first trade for crude. I'll be back. All right, little status here. We popped out of that one. We're just going for a deeper retracement. So that's fine. It didn't give me a yellow yet, get me out. But let's see, the gold we know did. Everything else, what's going on here? This is our crude. We just hit our first target. And so now our trail stop is, you know, we're still in the trade and we're still managing it with the second one, but this will pull up unless I get a retracement and snap up, so that's fine. Everything's behaving correctly, looking good, so I will pause again, and our overall account is 373, so from negative 800 and whatever it was to 300, so we've made back 800 plus 2, so we're $1,000, so hit the account goal as far as I'm concerned, $1,000 a day. Okay, I'll come back. All right, I'm gonna end this video. Here's we snapped up with that pullback, so we went from down here, popped there, so now we're break even plus on the runner. If it can't get past this trouble spot right here, then we got problems. But anyway, here, this is Russell. Yeah. Okay, so you can't even get that. Oh gosh. Okay, so anyway, first target. Now we're gonna get caught in this choppy area. But at least we brought up our. So even if we have, because of the fact that we've gone up that far, we pulled up our stop. So if it's going to play around this chop box, then I don't want anything to do with it. And it'll probably pop out of there, but it'll only be a minimal, even if it is the two. Preferably, I like to see it take out at least one contract. In any event, so that one's fine. What's this one? That was crude. Oh, so Brent went in. I want to close this video out because I got other things I got to do. We'll keep this video short. And since we've made our $1,000 goal, should be able to do it. There's no reason why I can't hit first target.
Order submitted.
So I'll come back and one time give you hopefully I'd like to actually clear it out with all three of them. but I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. And then, but we will evaluate each. I'll go into it's on account 22, but I'll break down each individual chart at the end. So let's pause it for now. All right. Well, another status. We broke out of that area, got our target, and that does not constitute as a pivot. So the ATR is taken over. It didn't jump up there. So now this is what crude, but then incidentally, just a second ago, Brent went in on it, and this is its first trade. And notice it's the 7. It rolled over to the 7. I don't believe our month is this year is already half over. In any event, so hit target. Now we're just trailing. So where we at? Break even minus a couple ticks on the second contract. So that's where that one is. Where are we? This is timed out, banked out. This one came back and got us out. So we came in there, didn't quite make it. It just popped us out for a little bit. So it wasn't the end of the world. Okay, I'll come back. I'll close these off and then I'll call a video. All right. Well, this one just went on YM again. We're going back in our uptrend, looks like, from a deeper retracement. So we'll see if we happen to hear. I don't know what's going on with crude and Brent, but I'm not complaining. I'm just complaining the fact that it's on sim. I mean, it's great for collecting my data and get averages and statistics and all that, but it does absolutely not because I'm not trading crude right now live.
Order submitted.
Or Brent. But I'm getting there. I'm getting very, very close. I'm just missing some trade management. I'm missing code on the chop box, a whole bunch of code I'm missing that would recognize when not to trade. So I think I have my setups good, my trade management is good, everything's good. I just need chop management and when not to trade. So anyway, something just went on RTY again. I don't know what happened earlier, but whatever. Oh, come on. So anyway, I'll be back. As soon as we get these to close, I will do a review of the individual charts and then call this video. I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes and I've already surpassed that. So I'll be back. All right. I've paused these. This one's still running. This one took one right there and then it popped up to here with the runner and then on that pivot and then it timed out or got stopped out. And I've paused it now, so we're not going to get any more, only because I want to finish this video. Same with this one too. This is still in it. I'll let it run, but obviously you can see how the original stop was here, then it popped up to there, and then it popped up to there, and the ATR now you can see is starting to trail it. That's the reversal bar for the other one, for the higher time frame chart. If you want to see the video on reversal bars, you can go to the webpage, trumper.com. Under indicators, there's reversal bars. That's what these are. Explains it, just higher time frames. So, but I haven't paused those, so when this times out or when it gets out, it'll stop. These just will not stop. I want to end this video, but you can see how we popped up from here to there based on that pivot, and you would think it's due for a retracement pretty soon, but you know what? Actually, I don't even need to pause this because it should do its own yellow. Same with this one. But in any event, this is Brent. It popped up there. Or no, it didn't pop up there. Why did it pop up there? ATR. That shouldn't have justified as a pivot, so I don't know why it jumped up. Maybe it just... Yeah, it looked like it popped up there on its own. Probably just went. Anyway, I'll come back. I want to close this video out. Okay, I just got back from feeding the dogs. So, you know what? I better do this. I don't want to be stuck in a ES. That'll take forever. Okay, so just let me pause them all. so I don't have to mess with it. This one's already stopped out. This one I don't need anymore because it stopped out itself. So I can unhide that one. This one I'll prevent. Okay, so let's see what happened to crude. Well, it just came back and popped out our pivot. Probably the same with this one, same thing. What happened to YM? Same thing, just, oh, so here was that first pivot, I think, where I left off at, and then it stayed the same. Barely hit it, and then it popped up a few ticks, and then that said that was enough for that one. So that's fine. So that's that. What happened to RTY? What happened to RTY? Okay, so it came up, just the pit popped up with the pivot, popped out. It would have gone in again, but I had it on pause, so I could just close this video out. So let's, I could just turn all these off, I guess. Well, it's not going to matter. Anyway, so what was I going to do? Oh, now, there's one thing I was thinking about is, so trade performance, and then I'm just using this account, and I'll do the breakdowns here. The only problem is, because we started with a negative, this is going to go back, this goes back to midnight, and I had, remember I started with a negative 800? So this is going to, we're going to have to take this data, and I'll bring it into the spreadsheet, and maybe I'll give a quick tutorial on that. Since I'm doing a video, I might replace the video on the web page for that. But in any event, let's break it down. So BZ, I think there was just that one trade. So I don't, that must have been overnight, because that's 07. I didn't change and upgrade until this morning. So that's that market. And then you got crude. Yeah, we know it timed out, so I don't know what it did overnight, but you know, we're gonna have to bring this data in. So let's, and there's the gold. I don't know what was before that. You know, we really can't tell because this goes to midnight. So let's do this. Let's take this data, and this is how you export for the spreadsheet. Everybody that's already doing it already knows, but for any new people wondering, how we get the data into the spreadsheet, this is how. So you trade this to, go to trades, you have your filters on. So you want to turn your filters on, just only the account that you're interested in, you know, doing. And then obviously the date that you're interested in doing. You want everything on. I'm going to do all markets. And you have to have dollars, currency, because that's how it does it. Anyway, so it'll all spit out here. So I'm going to right click on there, go to export. It's going to be called, I'll just use, that's right. It's going to be called 1051. That's the time. It defaults to the time. And I'll just throw on a label, say SDT is my initials. What am I saying? AM. What am I calling this? Do I really need to call it just test data, I guess? No, not really that important. Anyway, so I'm going to save it, and this is how it exports out. If I could show you here. If I can get it up there. Come on, get up there. There you go. This is how it exports out. If you want to see it, this is just Excel. If you don't have Excel, it's no big deal. It just spits out like that. That's all. Just a bunch of data. It really doesn't tell you anything in here. So anyway, but that's just what you would email me. You can just email it via email. So I don't need to save it because I haven't done anything to it. So let's get this away. So let me then pull up the spreadsheet. I'll go through there. Come on, there we go. Okay, so here's my dashboard. That's the data. This is review data. So I'm going to come in here, review, import from 8. Time zones verified. I have some people in Australia and Canada and Europe, actually, Great Britain, and actually Germany, and everywhere else in the world. So I have to be very careful that we're all on New York time because I could really mess things up. In the future, I have it on my to-do list. I just haven't had time to do it, but I want to code it so I'll know when I set you up with your identifier, your unique ID, that I'll ask you what your computer clock is set for. And like I'm in Chicago, but I use my computer is set for New York. So in that case, it won't do anything. But if your computer clock is Chicago, or if you're a VSR or VSN, whatever that is, that virtual thing, or if you're from a different country, whatever the case is, I'll just have that set in there, and it'll just do it automatically after it sees your unique identifier. But until I get that code done, I just have to verify it. In this case, it's verified. I know it's good, and there we go. So now here's that test status. I'll just double click on that one. Oh, crap. I know what I forgot to do. All right, hold on. All right, sorry about that. A little minor thing there. Okay, so verify, pick the file, and done. Validated and successful. Here's all the junk. Once it's in, we can go to the dashboard. This is all my data, and this is all the people. Well, basically, it's a lot of me, but there's a few people in there. Anyway, so let's go to review it and check it out. So this is, so let's get rid of, let's just go to the AM because that's all we did, right? So we're just, let's turn that off. Just AM is what we want. Oh, London, sorry. New York. No, sorry. AM. There we go. So this is what we did. So let's look at BZ. That's the Brent. There's that one trade. If you want to dive into it, you could, just do that. But I don't really do that much. If you want to dive into it more, you just double click it. But there it is, right there. There's the trade. I don't really need to keep that sheet. Delete that sheet. Okay, so GC. There's that again. One quantity one. YM. Took a couple trades. CL. Two trades. Wow, well, that's nice. When you can get an adverse, maximum adverse excursion, that's the MAE, to one tick. I mean that's like getting in at the that's getting in at the spot. Now this isn't normal. This is not. This is obviously an average for these two trades, 62 ticks. But I mean seriously, for the maximum favorable excursion. That's not unique. If I start looking at bigger data, you'll see that that's not normal. So we can't. This happens to be just a good day. So it's not like that all the time. Although it's getting better. Anyway, so and then so there's our RTY. That took a lot of trades. You can go look at that, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to turn them all back on again. So all the markets for this morning only was 2,400. So that's what we do. And so that we're looking at today, 23rd, AM only. These markets is what I was playing with. It was data only, unfortunately. It was just sim. And that's it. So clear my filters and close that one. Other than that, I think that's all we got. I mean, we could look at the pre-market junk. That's all of them together. But yeah, this is what we just did. So that's only really what I'm interested in. Okay, I'm going to end this video and we'll call it there. So have a good day. There's our end result. We started at -8 some change. and I'm going to call it. All right. Thank you very much. See ya.